Mike Burlak here to entertain you with the help of Stephen King, even though he is a Trump derangement syndrome individual. I just finished, this is going to be a film reflection video. I just finished watching Maximum Overdrive. I couldn't find this damn movie. I have a lot of stuff, but I couldn't find this damn movie for the longest time because I kept expecting to find it on VHS. I forgot 17 years ago I transferred the VHS to a DVD. So I finally said, you know what? I've been wanting to watch this damn movie for the last 10 years, so I'm going to finally sit down and watch it. So I did. Music by AC/DC, and boy did it show. Uh, just a reflection of, my thoughts as I was watching the film, basically. Truck stop owner, kind of stereotypical, the kind of business owner that the Democratic Party has spent the last 40, 50 years convincing us all that that's how all business people are. Telling the Emilio Estevez character, the one who obviously of the Sheens, he took the mother's last name, Emilio Estevez instead of Sheen, like Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen. Emilio took the mother's last name. So, anyways, he's telling. I guess Emilio Estevez's character is an ex bad boy, did time for a crime, whatever. So the owner of the truck stop is telling him, "I want you to." You tell him basically you want him to work 9 hours, but only punch in for 8, because he's on he's a local troublemaker or bad reputation boy. But anyways, yeah, so that's how the movie starts. This business owner, real sleazy. You don't like the guy. Basically, he walks around calling everybody Bubba. Whatever. And apparently, the basement of his truck stop is stocked with such weaponry that it's almost like the bunker in T2, where we're in the desert. It's like, this guy obviously was expecting to fight World War III at some point. And then one of the characters says, "Eat my shorts," and I started getting Simpsons flashback, because I recall when I was a kid, that was a popular line from Bart Simpson. But that wasn't the only thing this movie had in relationship with The Simpsons. The actress who voiced Lisa Simpson is in the movie. Oh, man. Oh, and because AC/DC did the soundtrack, there's this audio version of reek, 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 like in Psycho, that is clearly the singer at TC doing that over the microphone. At least that's what I heard sound like to me. So at this point in the movie, I'm questioning, okay, so is it just electrical machines that are affected by this cosmic solar phenomena, whatever, is doing this, make machines come to life, kind of, and wreak havoc on humans? It's like, does it just apply to electrical machines, or because technically a bicycle is a mechanical machine, and this kid seems to be doing okay. I mean, lucky for this kid that his bike didn't have a tack. Didn't have a tack on it, because I'm thinking if the bicycle he had a tack on it, that's an electrical thing technically, he would have been in trouble. So at this point in the film, Maximum Overdrive, I'm thinking, with some clever editing, you could rebrand this film and call it The Day of the Invisible Truck Driver. And then one of the main female character in the thing, makes a comment saying that she was just a girl hitchhiking to Florida until machines decided to go into maximum overdrive. And at that point, I had a Ryan George moment, because I thought, Hey, that's the name of the movie. So, meanwhile, this kid, who obviously his saving grace was the fact that he could never afford a tack on his bicycle, is still making his getaway on the bicycle. And then one of the female employees starts losing it and saying, hey, we made them, going crazy. And then, of course, I started remembering, oh yeah, AC/DC, that song, Who Made Who? And I remember that they were playing that song at the intro of the film, and then it seemed fitting. Who made who? And then at this point, after hearing the cries of a sleazy salesman from outside, they decide to go on a kind of sort of rescue mission, all while another song by AC/DC is playing, For Those About to Rock. You know the song, We Salute You. And it turns out the whole point of this rescue mission was to save the kid, because even in death, the sleazy salesman was like, okay, you weren't sad when he passed. Put it this way, put it that way, anyways. So the whole point of the rescue mission was to save the kid whose tackless bicycle could only get him so far. Speaking of unlikable characters, the truck stop owner, right after basically cold-heartedly telling the poor kid that his dad had got it earlier in the story, he gets it, because apparently the trucks are now armed with weaponry too. It's Hollywood, kids. And then the Who Made Who song is or indication is all reinstated again. And then at this point, I'm wondering, okay, did AC/DC? They must have got either stock or royalties, something, in this film. So at this point in the story, it's time to wrap things up. So it turns out the kid, being a Green Beret, knows Morse code and deciphers the evil alive truck language, live machine language. And apparently what they're saying is they want to be fed diesel. Because, what else would a truck want as far as eats go? And then our, for lack of a better term, hero of the story, Emilio Estevez character, Bill, I think his name was. He masterminds the machine's game plan. He knows the big ones won't come in to where they're at in the truck stop, because they know they'll just hit the floor and because they're too heavy. So that's why they go and recruit some smaller hardware dozers, basically. And then I saw, at some point I saw what might have been the saddest thing I ever saw in my life. A Citation. Remember? Chevrolet Citation was bulldozed. Here, I got a Hot Wheel of one. You know what I'm talking about. Remember Chevy Citation? It's such a cute little car. So now, Emilio Estevez and company are all having to refuel these trucks at gunpoint while Hell's Bells is playing. Another AC/DC song. Hell's Bells. And then after having a staring contest with one of the trucks, Emilio Estevez's character decides that humans are better because we get tired. And in his weakened state, slumber, whatever you want to call it, he relays to the girl that Imagine if an alien race wanted to send over some hardware to clean house before they showed up. And he contemplated maybe that's actually what's going on, which is an interesting theory. Should reiterate that there's a certain time limit, like 8 days, 7 hours, and something minutes, whatever the hell it is, that this celestial cosmo thing is going on. But these things are alive. These machines are alive. So at this point, it's almost time's up, and the trucks have seemed to gone on what appears to be a suicide mission. But that's okay, because the kid gets his revenge for the death of his father on a intercom system at a drive-in. They all take turns taking out an ice cream truck, and then Emilio Estevez takes out with a missile launcher that your friendly neighborhood truck stop owner happened to have in his basement. Aims it at what I think was the main antagonist machine, evil machine in the story, with a head like the Green Goblin from Spider-Man. Over here, it's on the cover. See, up there. So anyways, that's Mike P's Film Reflection, Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive, a movie I watched once about 17 years ago when I put it on this homemade DVD. I misplaced it for the last 17, 18 years, whatever the hell it was, and then I found it, so I watched it again. Incidentally, there's another movie on the other side here. There's another movie I remember that's on this disc too, In the Company of Werewolves. When I was a kid, one of the brief freedoms I was allowed, being raised by a male feminist loser, my father, who's no longer on this planet. One of the limited freedoms I was allowed to enjoy, when he would go into the local grocery store, my sisters had to wait in the car under his male feminist rule, and I was allowed to come in with him, but I had to go to the video rental place and just look at movies while he shopped. So that was like a little bit of freedom I was allowed to have as a child. those 6 years of abuse from him. But this was one that always caught my eye. And then years later, I happened to find this VHS at the Goodwill. And then about 17, 18 years ago, whatever the hell it was, I transferred it to this DVD. So maybe I'll watch that one next time. In the Company of Wolves. Mike Barrelak. Good night.